sort of science in it.
Okay, I mean, what do you think?
Fancy, like a huge imagination. Things are not real and won't be real. Science fiction that our expectations and of the future and have some sort of reality, and maybe our reality in the future, but fancy
Okay.
not.
Okay, do you think The Hunger Games fits more of a fantasy or a science fiction book?
Science fiction, I think.
Fancy.
Oh, okay. What do you think it's fantasy?
You know, just like you can just have this. Actually, this is kind of fascist thing. You know, you can just put people in the ground and let them fight, and the winner live. You know, that could happen, but you know, just like this is not normal. So I will go with fantasy.
Okay, Amira, what do you think it's science fiction?
I think it's already happening in some areas of the world, but in another perspective. It's a human being natural to make other people or the people beneath us or the one who have nothing to do. I think it has a kind of reality, or if we, I don't know, but I think it will be happening.
Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Things that we think can happen in the future, especially if they're bad. They have a completely different name. They are called post-apocalyptic. Do you see the word in the chat?
Nope.
Can you see the chat? Can you reach the chat?
Fancy.
Post-apocalyptic.
That new one, I guess.
Amira, can you see the chat?
Yes, I see them.
Do you know this word, post-apocalyptic?
No.
Okay. Do you know this?
Apocalypse, I guess.
Yeah.
No, just like it's related to apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Do you know this word?
Of course.
Mia, do you recognize this word?
No, post is after, but apocalypse, I don't know the word.
I love what you did. First, Ahmed recognized the last part of the word, and he saw the word apocalypse in apocalyptic. Nice. And Amira saw the first part, post. Do you know what these are called?
Yeah, you would like to post apocalypse?
No. Okay. When we cut down words into parts, we call these parts roots. Because they come from the Latin language, so these roots put together make different words. So post means after. It's a root.
Yeah.
After, the word post, like the part post, the root post means after. And apocalyptic comes from apocalypse. Can you, Ahmed, please tell us what apocalypse means?
You know, just the end of the word and day, something like that.
Apocalypse is the end of the world, right? So post-apocalyptic would mean?
They're just like, we'll make it later, or I'm not sure.
Yeah.
After apocalypse?
Yeah, it's imagination of what would happen after everything fails.
Like,
I don't understand you. What
fails. You know, just like.
Yeah.
You know, just like.
It's like when we see like a zombie movie, when everybody's zombie and like this is apocalypse. The world is ending. So, the part where humanity fail, like humans lost to zombies, the humans lost to like they become districts that everything is now like we're suffering. After we had a big war or a nuclear explosion or zombies came or like aliens came, these
fantasy.
I'm sorry, Ahmed.
This is not a real word.
What's not a weird word? Post-apocalyptic?
Fancy, yeah. Fancy term.
No.
Zombies and etc.
A real word.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, did you
believe you.
read 1984? Did you watch 1984?
84. No.
The Hunger Games, Divergent.
The Hunger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Watch the Divergent series?
Yeah. I remember. I can't remember what happened in there.
Yeah, it's something that happens to humans after a very long time. So we call these stories, these movies, about what happens after humanity, or all the humans have gone through a big thing. Like Maze Runner. Do you know Maze Runner?
Yeah.
And Mira, do you know?
No, I can relate.
Yes, I know.
I can relate. Yeah.
So yeah, this what happens after the apocalypse. We call these neither science fiction nor fantasy. They're like a combination of both. But then it added to it is a lot of tragedy, a lot of drama, because like Earth is gone, or like humans have failed, or like we're dying. So it's called post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
So Hunger Games is a post-apocalyptic book. Okay.
Yeah. That's pretty new.
So can you? Amira said that you liked science fiction and fantasy, and the movie of your choice was The Hunger Games. Which one did you like better? Because The Hunger Games was 3 movies.
I liked the first chapter. The whole idea and the introductions of the idea was very good. But I didn't like the last one.
Why?
I didn't hear you.
Why didn't you like it?
I don't know, but I think it has unfavorable turn.
Favorable turn?
Yes.
Okay, that's a great word to use. Remember this one. Okay. So can you tell us of any other movies that come in 3 parts? Other than Hunger Games.
So the horror movie.
Those like So 6 now.
Yes.
No, it's like just 3 movies that tell a story.
3?
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. The
What
Hobbit.
else? The Hobbit, yes, correct. Do you remember any other stories or movies that come in 3 parts?
Or
I
any
think
movie.
How to Kill Your Boss.
How to what?
How to Kill Your Boss or something like that.
Is that a movie?
Horrible bosses?
Didn't hear you, Amir, I'm sorry.
How to Kill Your Boss.
Is that a movie?
I remember the idea of killing their bosses, but I don't remember the name. I will check it and return
It's
to you.
Horrible Bosses. I know
Yes.
the movie.
Yeah, Horrible
Yes.
Bosses. Yeah, Horrible Bosses has 3 movies now. Yeah, I think it is a trilogy. Okay, so when there's movies that come in like 3 parts, we call it a trilogy. Do you recognize this word?
Trilogy.
No, trilogy.
Trilogy.
Trilogy, yeah. This means that it's a story or a movie or a book that is in 3 parts. Called a trilogy. The 3 of them together make a complete story. Like Star Wars.
Referred to the movies only, or any
No, or
thing
books.
comes
Or books. Anything that comes into 3 parts is called a trilogy. Do you know Star Wars?
in? Okay.
I know it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Star Wars always have their stories in 3 parts. So the very first movies were 3 movies. The first story about Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, they are in 3 movies that make this story. And then they have the other story of like Anakin Skywalker and like Obi-Wan Kenobi had 3 movies that make another story. And then last year they had the finishing of the last 3 movies that were about Rey and like the new movies. And so they release their stories in 3 parts always. So it's always called a trilogy. Try to remember this word too. Okay, Ahmed, what is your favorite movie?
Yeah. My favorite movie?
No, favorite
That's
kind
very
of
hard.
movies. Like, what kind of movies do you like?
Yeah, I usually like superheroes. I like things related to science fiction. You know, just like Interstellar or such a thing. No, these kind
Yeah.
of things. That and also, you know, Stranger Things. I even watched a series called The Stranger Things.
Yeah, I
Stranger
watched
Things.
season 1 and 2.
Yeah, and that was really great. But that was a series, not a
Yeah, no,
series,
the movie.
not only not movie.
Okay, what do you think is your favorite movie?
My favorite one. Let's go with Inception. Let's go with Inception.
Inception. Okay. Can Ahmed and Amira please write down your favorite movies in the chat? We're going to use them as recommendations in the future. Can you do that?
Just like Inception.
Amira?
I know it's another movie than Hunger
Yeah.
Games. I like it.
I know this one. Yeah,
An email, yeah.
good. You've got mail.
Of mail. Okay.
Okay, yeah, please, Ahmed, write down the movies you prefer in the chat.
Yeah, I did it. I'm pretty sure I did. I did that.
Yeah, you did.
Inception.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. So let me ask you the opposite question. What kind of movies that you do not like? Ahmed? No, wait. I'm sorry, Rio. I'm sorry. Rio, please tell us about the movies you like.
Can you repeat that?
Would you please tell us about the movies you like?
There's a movie called Inception. It's about a device that allows you to enter people's dreams. So that's purely science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like fantasy movies that have like magical and like imaginary or fictional creatures in them, like dragons and like giants and things like that. So basically things like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or The Apprentice. That's a Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
What?
It's called The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yes, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Yes, that's the one.
Okay, we've already, like, Ahmed mentioned both Lord of the Rings and Inception. Okay, great. Okay, let me ask you, Amira, what kind of movies that you do not like?
Drama movies. I don't think they are. They have excitement or any. I don't complete any drama movie. I don't know, but I think they are boring and a waste of time.
Okay, can you tell me a movie that you do not like a certain one?
I don't remember specific movies, but I hate drama movies. All of them. Most of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Try to think of one and tell us when you remember one. Okay, Ahmed, what kind of movies that you do not like?
Yeah, I like all movies actually. I watch a lot of different types, but you know, I'm not really into love stories. You know, just like when we talks about love, that comes a little bit cringy. But you know, after it's a movie actually. They put a lot of feelings and a lot of things in it, but you know, after all, it's an experience or a story that they would like to tell. So it's okay, but it's for me a little bit cringy. So I don't like it that much.
Okay, can you tell us about a certain movie that you did not enjoy?
No, I don't have anything in my mind.
Okay. Rio?
Movie don't like.
Yeah.
Well, okay, basically any movie that doesn't tell a good story or doesn't like take the time or effort to tell a story that makes sense. A lot of movies do that nowadays, like a lot of slasher movies, you know, a lot of disaster movies or shark movies. A lot of these nowadays are just like introducing like some kind of event or catalyst that is whatever the event is, like a shark or like a killer or a disaster of kinds, and just let things happen however they happen. Like people are running around, people are scared, and then at the end the killer or the shark or the disaster is averted and things go back to normal, and that's no real story. There is no character development, and that's really like a waste of time. I don't get attached to the characters of the movie, so that's what I really don't like.
Okay, Ryu brought up some types of movies that I would like to discuss with you guys, okay? I'll write them in the chat and we can like talk about them. We talked about two types, which are called disaster movies and slasher movies. Ahmed, what do you think a disaster movie is?
Disaster?
Yeah.
Just like some natural catastrophe happen. You know,
Yeah.
just like a falling of a mountain on the village, and
Yeah, correct.
just like
Ryu, right?
just like I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Just like anything that could happen to some people, like a big problem that not only one person if affected by this, but only a lot of people.
Okay. Rio,
Movie about.
I'm sorry, Ahmed, you keep cutting off. Like, you keep like going in and out.
No. Yeah, exactly. My internet not is stable.
Okay. So, okay, I'm sorry. Rio, is that what you meant by disaster movies?
Well, movie can be anything with a disaster, like he said, a volcano or a mountain falling on a group of people or whatever, or like maybe you know the movie 2012. You know the one from the year 2012.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
About the flood.
Yeah,
And that's basically an apocalypse movie, but it also counts as a disaster movie because it's a disaster. It's a global disaster. So I guess the word disaster or the genre of disaster movies, it's huge. It can be a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's also a movie called what's it called? Lava Lantula. It's about basically volcanic spiders. It's like a monster movie, but it's also a disaster movie. So a genre can be very big, and this specific genre can cross over with many other genres.
Okay. Let's have this word too, and we'll get to it when you're done with the slasher movies. The word genre. Okay, Amira, do you know what slasher movies are?
No, I don't.
Okay, Ahmed, do you know what slasher movies are?
Me neither. I don't know.
Okay, Leo, can you explain what a slasher movie is?
Well, okay.
Slasher
movie.
Yeah, slasher slash.
You know, just like slashing somebody.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah, correctly. Slasher movie.
Okay, Freddy, I guess. They like Freddy. Jackson.
Yeah, Freddy is like a
Jackson
lot
X.
of different genres together, but slasher movies were just a genre back in the, I think, the 80s or the 90s. They were very popular back when people were looking for horror movies. These movies, the only scary thing about them is like people are getting hurt because they're being like stabbed or hit by swords or by knives. These are slasher movies where the killer tends to like stab people.
Like the Middle Ages, right?
No, the Middle Ages, like slasher, because they are not very popular in Egypt.
Okay.
Like they were always these movies about like rock bands. Okay, Rio, have an example. Go ahead, Rio.
Okay, do you know Jason Voorhees? Basically, the guy with the hockey mask and a big knife
Yeah,
that
definitely. I know.
always has blood on it.
Yeah.
The hockey mask. Okay, you know there's a very popular slasher movie character from the movie
Yeah.
called The Devil with the horror mask, with the hockey mask. And that's the basest slasher movie. Basically, some guy, some evil. Sorry, my internet is a little unstable.
No problem. Go ahead. Continue.
So what was? Oh yeah, and there are so many things like Chucky, Freddy Krueger, the guy from Nightmares who has long knives in place of his fingernails. That's also a slasher movie like icon. All of these guys are slasher movies. They were very popular in the 80s and 90s, and these the classics. But now the new slasher movies are just, they don't have like almost any character exploration. Like Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger, these guys had like over 6 movies each to explore the characters. But the new slasher movies, the ones that I said I don't like, they're basically like some guy killing people and that's it. There is no character, there's no history, there is nothing like to know about.
Just like Scream, you know? I guess I remember a movie that called Scream.
Okay, Scream.
Did you
Scream
like it?
is a unique movie because actually the movie Scream was supposed to be making fun of slasher movies.
Okay.
And
was
it
supposed
breaks
to make-
the fourth wall.
I'm sorry?
The movie Scream is also unique in the fact it breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Like-
It's supposed to make fun of slasher movies. Okay, Amir, do you understand what a slasher movie is?
Yeah. Pretty sure I know that.
Yes, now, yes.
Okay, we have someone new.
It's like a bloody horror movie.
Like Saw. Would you
Yes.
know what's a slasher movie, Ryu?
Yeah, also is also a classic and it has a lot of story.
Yeah, it
So-
was, but now the new Saw movies are just slasher. Okay,
Not the new, okay? Just
I'm just give me a second to welcome Radwa. Hello, Radwa.
Hello.
Hello, you haven't been with us for a long time. How are you doing?
Yes, fine, thank you.
Would you please, like, we have been going for like some time, would you please just introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, my name is Radwa. I am 27 years old, graduated from Faculty of Commerce. I have 2 sisters, 1 brother. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Radwa. Radwa, today we're discussing movies. So I want
Okay.
you to tell us your favorite type of movies.
Fantasy and fiction.
Oh, a lot of people like that. Would you tell us your favorite movie from each type?
Fantasy, I think.
No, I mean like name of the movie
Name?
from each one.
Okay. Edward is scissorhand.
Edward Scissorhands, yeah, okay. And from science fiction?
Old movie. Inception.
Wow, a lot of people like Inception here.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, what kind of movie that you do not like? Can you? First off, can you just write down your favorite movies in the chat? Do you know how to write in the chat?
What?
You know how to write in the chat?
No.
Okay, are you on your phone or on the computer?
Phone.
Okay, if you press the screen once,
Okay.
bottom, like a small ribbon which has the word chat on it in the middle. Can you see it?
No.
Is anybody
Chat?
else? Yeah, chat. You will find
Okay.
this. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay,
Chat.
press it
Okay.
and write down
Yes.
your favorite movies in the chat.
The name, right? I write the name or the
Yeah, the
font?
name of the movies. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
When you're done, please tell us what kind of movie that you do not like.
Okay. Okay. Done.
Okay, great. Please tell us movies that you do not like.
Romantic movie.
Okay. Which one was the worst one you've seen?
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of romantic movies, so I don't know which one.
Okay. We were discussing some types of movies. We discussed the like fantasy movies, science fiction movies, and we talked about post-apocalyptic movies.
Apocalyptic?
Post, I write it in the chat. Apocalyptic. You know this word? Can you see it in the chat?
Yes.
You know what this word means?
No.
Oh, it means events of the movie or the story happened in the world. Like, did you watch Hunger Games?
Yes.
Yeah, it happens. Or like, what was one was about zombies? That, World War Z. Was it right?
Don't like zombie movie.
Yeah, zombie movies. There's this like the world has ended, and now we're seeing events after the world, like Earth fell and humanity lost. These are post-apocalyptic movies. And then we talked about something else, which are, if I can find them. Yeah, disaster movies.
Disaster movie.
Yeah, do you know what disaster movie is?
Yes, I think it's a movie which talk about what will happen on the future after volcano or something like that.
Yeah, but not necessarily in the future. Like a story that talks about a volcano, a storm, a flood.
Yes, something horrible happened.
And now, like before you, just like when you were coming in, we were discussing slasher movies.
Splasher?
Slasher. It's in the chat.
What mean?
Slasher means it's a story about a killer or
Yes.
who like stab people with knives or cut them down.
Yes, I love a movie like that.
Oh my God. Okay, so what was your favorite slasher movie?
There was a movie, it's old one, I don't remember, but it talk about killer, American killer, kill a lot of women. I don't remember the name, but it's true story.
Mm. Do you know what it means? Like, what do we call someone who kills other people?
Killer?
Yeah, killer is someone who kills, but when someone does a lot of crimes,
What's mean of it?
we call it a serial killer.
No, okay.
In Arabic, we call it what do you call it in Arabic? Yeah, قاتل مسلسل. But we have a word of it in common Arabic.
سفاح.
سفاح. Yeah, right, Ahmed. سفاح.
Slaughter.
Okay.
قاتل مسلسل or سفاح. That's a serial killer. Someone who kills like with the same type of victim every time.
Okay.
Okay, nice. So we were talking about slasher movies, and I want this to take us into, because we watched a movie about Cold Nightmare on Elm Street. Let me write down his name.
What? I don't hear it.
Nightmare on Elm.
Okay.
This movie is about like a killer who is not, because he's in their dreams. Okay, so he's called Freddy, and he's like scissorhands, but he has long, thin knives instead of fingers. His name, Freddy. So this movie has a lot of themes, actually. Like, it has a lot of types of in it. First, it's a slasher movie because Freddy kills them. Freddy Krueger, yeah, that's wrote it in the chat. His name is Freddy Krueger. It is a slasher movie, like we said. I'm just trying to get the word here. It is also some would consider it horror movie. You know what the word horror means?
Horror.
Yes.
What does it mean?
Scary movie?
Yes, yeah, scary movie. Film رعب. It's a horror movie.
Yes.
But do you know what the difference between a horror movie and a thriller movie?
And what?
Horror and what?
Thriller. In the chat.
Okay.
Thriller.
I think horror movie would maybe talk about ghosts and but thrillers talk about the killer.
So you think
Someone killed.
is not real, and thriller is something someone is that is real.
No, but I think horror maybe it will be real.
No, I don't understand. Can you please like explain more?
Okay. Ghosts is in horrors talk about ghosts and toys and something is very. But in a serial movie talk about kill, so it's also make you feel like afraid of something. So that was the same line.
Okay, Ahmed, what do you think?
Thrillers. Just like it's an. I guess it doesn't look really like horror or something. Just like it doesn't have to be a horror. Just like it could be anything else. That's what I think about the word. I'm not sure that type of movies, but as a word, that's supposed to be mean a lot of things, not only horror.
Okay, Amira.
I know horror, but I don't know thriller. I always heard it, but I don't know the exact meaning of it.
Okay, Rio, would you please tell us the difference between horror and thriller?
Okay, well, basically, horror movies is something scary. It can be like ghosts or like scary creatures, like I think Amira said, or Radwa, I'm not sure. Anyway, if it's like a ghost story, like the movie, for example, Paranormal Activity or Annabelle, and things like that, that's horror. And also, horror movies are anything that has to do with hurting people. Like if there's a killer, it's also a horror movie. But thriller, it doesn't have to be about killing or about people being hurt. But if it has suspense in it, it's a thriller. If you're constantly thinking what's going to happen next, if you're always on your toes for the next, it's a thriller. So basically, not every thriller is a horror movie, but every horror movie is a thriller.
Yeah, that's what Ahmed said, that not every thriller movie has to be scary. That's correct. Thank you, Rio. So I'm happy to discuss these types of movies because I want to discuss with you like two more types because I think this movie, Nightmare on Elm Street, has also something. I want to write it down. I have a problem with my keyboard. Coming of age. Do you know what coming of age means? A coming of age movie.
Coming of age? I'm not
Does it
sure.
mean old?
Amira, can you say again?
Does it mean old?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah. Brother, do you know what it means?
I think it's not for kids.
No. Ahmed, do you know what it means?
No.
Okay, coming of age means we see a story of someone growing up. So we see the events of what is happening to them as they stop being children and growing up. So it's a coming of age story. Like, I want to remember a popular story about coming of age.
Curious Case of Benjamin, but in reverse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there's also Crazy Stupid Love.
I didn't watch this movie.
There's a kid who is like growing up.
Yeah, it's the story, but it's very interesting because you see how like how children tend to learn about the world, about themselves, about how to be a grown-up, and if they want to grow up or not. These are very interesting type of movies, a coming of age movie. It's when I was like putting this session podcast together, I thought about a lot of types of movies that we do not have in Egypt. And I don't know why we don't have it, because it's very interesting to see these stories on the big screen, but we don't have any equivalent of them. Can you think of any Arabic movie that speaks about like, let's not talk about Egyptian horror movies because they're so bad. Did any of you watch any Egyptian horror movie?
Are there Egyptian horror movies?
Yeah, there are, unfortunately.
I didn't even.
I think they become comedian one, not a horror.
Yeah, but they were people who were trying to make horror movies. Did you ever watch them?
Yeah, I remember one, but I can't just remember the name, but it was really.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was really scary. It was really scary back then. You know, just like really scary. Or I guess Adel Imam was an actor in it. I guess.
Oh yeah, Al-Ins wal Jinn.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they were trying to make a horror movie. This horror movie. We have. Can you tell me of any thriller movie, Egyptian thriller movie?
التعويذة.
Yeah, that one. I was trying to remember that one.
I didn't watch this
It
one.
was very hard.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's the one. That's where like there's like a jinn living in the apartment next door or something like that.
Yes.
That's a thriller movie?
No, it's a horror movie. That's the one with Adil Imam, I think.
No, Al-Ins wal Jinn was the one with Adil Imam.
التعويذة is Mahmoud Yassin, I think,
Yeah. I guess you're right.
and Yusra.
Yes.
I haven't. I
Okay,
just...
for thriller movies, there is اللعبة مع الكبار, which is also Adil Imam.
Do you think Fil Azra is a thriller movie?
Yeah.
I didn't watch, like, I didn't complete it to the end. Is it considered a thriller movie? Did anyone of you watch it?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I liked it.
Horror movie, I think.
Not really horror.
No, I mean a thriller movie, not a horror.
Yeah,
No.
horror, but a thriller
Listen.
at the same time.
Brother, you were saying something?
I don't think it's thriller movie. I think it's horror movie.
I think it's a horror movie.
A bit
Yes.
hotter, just like not completely hotter. Just like
Amira, what do you think? Did you watch this movie?
I didn't hear the name of the movie.
Fil Azra.
Oh yes, yes, I watched it. It's a bit horror. And it's a nice try, the Egyptian cinema. I think it would be better if we tried in this field again.
Okay, that's very optimistic of you. Okay, Rio, you want to say something?
Well, okay, I keep hearing about this El Fil Al Azraq thing. So like, from what I heard, it's similar to Lucy, the movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson. Like it's like someone discovering what their mind can do after taking a kind of pill or like drug. Is that what it is?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
kind of.
That's
not exactly, not the same thing. It's about just like just like demons, just like that kind of things. It's about demons, a demon that cursed a person, and that demon keep appearing as that person and trying to make bad actions to hurt that person, to enjoy himself, that kind of things, but not basically about drugs. They use drugs, but not basically about drugs.
I didn't.
okay.
I
They
think
use
I got
drugs
the-
to connect with demons and see their past lives or something like that.
Yeah, it's about a lot of
The
things
opposite
actually,
idea.
not only one thing.
I got the opposite idea.
Just like it's about a demon, but it has a backstory. Just like
Yes.
you need to watch it. Believe
I
me, it's
watched
really
part of
great.
it, and from what I got is that it is actually about drugs. Like he's hallucinating. I think it's a movie about drugs.
Yeah,
That's what I
a
got.
bit,
That's what I got.
but just like the man who was obsessed by the demon, just he didn't take any drugs. But this is only about a tattoo that drawn in somebody. Then the demon is summoned. Just like take the body and do things with it. So it's about a lot of things, not only drugs.
Well, yeah, I understand, but I think it's a metaphor. Do you know what metaphor means?
Yeah, a metaphor. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. I got you.
Okay. I just thought of an Egyptian coming of age movie, Tita Rahiba.
Mm.
With Muhammad Hinidi and
Yeah. Tita Rahiba.
Okay, is that a coming of age or leaving the nest movie?
I really couldn't tell. I can hardly
we'll get to
remember
that too.
that Muhammad Hinidi was in the movie. That's like.
Okay, do you know Amira and Rado? Do you know what the word metaphor means?
No.
I don't think, but is that when we say something and we want to tell another thing? I don't know.
It's like we try to explain something.
A sample or
else.
something?
I'm sorry?
Resemble something by another something?
Yes, exactly. Resemble something by another thing. That's a
Yes.
So, in my personal opinion, I think in Fil Azra is like it is a metaphor about drugs, but they're using demons instead of saying drugs. You know what I mean?
Yes, but
They
I
use
don't
that
think.
to get like haunted by the demon, but we actually talk about people who get addicted to drugs. They become like they're having demons. That's what I got from the part that I watched. That's just me.
It's interesting opinion, but I thought the drug makes a spiritually connection between the demons that are real,
Mhm.
but not a metaphor, but it's an interesting opinion.
Thank you. Okay, do you want to say something?
Okay, I was just I think I got what you were trying to say with the demons bit. Like, you were crossing over to another meaning of the word demons. You know, like other than
exactly.
the jinn, there is also the bad habits that haunt you, like that you can't stop, or the bad memories. That's also a very interesting exploration. Even though I didn't see the movie, but I think I understand it well enough from what you just said there.
I also I didn't watch the entire movie. The first one, I didn't watch the second one. Just the first one. And that's what I understood from what they were saying. Like, what the writer wanted to express to us. I don't know. I'm not a very good.
Well, if the writer of the movie had a lot of Western ideology in his head, he probably meant it like that, like literally drugs as the demons, like in the song Demons of Imagine Dragons, like in that meaning, but using actual demons as the metaphor. So that's, I think you're right about that part.
I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong. I don't know. That's what I thought when I watched this part of the movie. Anyway,
it was just like a true demon. It has a name and he has a backstory, and that demon decided to take that person body to make some actions, and he killed some people actually, and he made the man kill his wife, and he accused somebody else accused the man to kill his wife, but he didn't. That demons can do things, and that demons can move from one to another. This is not about a metaphor. Just like this is a true demon.
I maybe need to finish it to the end. Okay, I will watch it to the end.
I'm sorry if I spoiled it.
No, it's okay. I don't mind spoilers. Okay, yeah, let's talk about this word too. It's great that you pulled it up. Do you know what this word means? Spoilers?
Yes, I hate spoilers. I hate my friends who are spoilers.
But do you know what the word spoilers mean?
Yeah, I'm a spoiler.
Yes, I know.
Sometimes.
Okay, okay, this might be something that I just feel. I like to be told what the story is going to happen in it, because if I watch something that I know how it's going to end and it still affects me in some way, I think that's a good movie. That's a good story.
Just like it's not about. I'm not a spoiler. I'm a kinda like the teaser when you just watch it in the YouTube. But I'm trying to help you to find what I found interesting about this movie. So I tell you some evidence, some things might find it interesting. So this is a way I think that should tell someone about the story, not to tell them what happened or what is going to happen. Just like tell them something that might they find interesting in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's just talk about this two words too. Do you know what the word teaser means and the word trailer means? Radwa, do you know what?
I'm not sure what is the difference, but just like I feel like they are both the same.
Radwa, do you know the difference between a teaser and a trailer?
No.
Okay, Amira, can you guess?
The difference? No, but I know trailer.
Okay, what did the trailer mean? Amira?
What? I didn't hear you.
Do you know what trailer mean?
Yes, it's a brief of sequence of events.
Mm-hmm.
It's like advice. إعلان.
Yeah, advertisement.
Yes. Okay.
It's okay if you make mistakes. We are here to help you. No problem.
Yeah, I know the word, but I didn't know the pronunciation.
It's advertisement.
Advertisement. it's an advertisement of a movie or series to make people wanted to watch it.
Okay.
That's a trailer. But teasers, I don't know.
Ahmad, the difference between a teaser and a trailer?
Probably teaser is not a part of the film, but trailer might be a part of the film, I guess. They have that.
Yeah, exactly. They're both are an advertisement for the movie. A trailer has more of the movie in it, like you see parts like scenes from the movie. A teaser can have like just pictures. It can be just one poster is a teaser. It's just something that makes the fans want to watch it now. It doesn't like tell the whole public that the movie coming out. It teases the people that are already fans. Okay, Rio, go ahead.
I have an example for a teaser. It's very popular. The Mission Impossible scene where Tom Cruise is hanging from the airplane. That's a teaser.
I didn't.
I got it. Just like if you did something that might find interesting, but you didn't tell me any actions. I didn't see anything else. They're just like one scene, nothing more.
Yes, exactly. It's a very small part of the entire story or the entire movie that makes you excited about it.
Exactly.
Short trailer.
It can be short. Yeah, it can be. It's exactly like a short trailer.
One photo and coming soon. Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I got it.
Great. We're finding a lot of different words. This is amazing. Okay, let me ask you like the last question because we have like 15 minutes. Do you think you can understand the character better from a book or a movie? Let's start with Rodwa.
I think book.
Why?
I love reading, so when I start to read, I imagine the character in my head. So when I saw it in the movie, I think it spoiled the thing, the whole of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Not like in my imagination. Like Hepta, I don't like it at all. The movie, I don't like the movie.
I was just going to ask you if you have any examples. Yeah. Okay. Great.
That's it.
Thank you, Rodwa. Ahmed.
Thank you.
I guess book is better, especially that when you saw a character in the movie. When you see a character in the movie, you just use your scheme stereotypes. But when they tell details about him in the book, that would be different. Just like you can see a different perspective, and you expecting what he will do in the future, what kind of things what kind of decisions he will take. Just like, is that really fit the character or not? You can judge better. But when the character take different action that you thought in the movie, so you start doubting, did they really give him the decision that he would take? Just like every person take decision based on his background. So you guess the background of that person, so you build on it the decision he should take. Then he took different decisions that you doubt about the character. They build it right or not. But when they tell it in the books, you know what is happening. What is happening right now? No, you can't be lost in the middle of the story. So I prefer books.
Yeah. That's what exactly especially with Harry Potter movies, but let's not go into that. Mira.
Definitely books. I think the authors make us focus on the most important character, like the type of hair, how tall is the hero, and so on. Make us predict what the intentions and what will happen with this character. and in every scene they focus on what he thought. We don't see that in the movie. We just see what they do, what's the action. But in the novel, the author is make us closely to the characters and the events.
Yeah, that's correct. I agree with that too. So Ahmed said a word, and I would add another word to it. He said stereotypes. We stereotype a character. Does anybody other than Ahmed know what stereotype or stereotypes mean?
Yes.
Tell us, please.
I think it's when we talk about girls, we describe them of certain characters or certain things.
Mm-hmm.
We don't say that this girl is like that. No, we make a lot of characters of the origin or the nationality or some specific backgrounds, not their actions, not their what they do.
Yes, that's correct. That we make a judgment on that.
Yes.
Based on like a general group of people. She's like the other girls.
Blonde.
Yeah, she's blonde like other blondes. Like she's from northern Egypt, like from the upper Egypt. She's from the US. She is fat. She is thin. She has a lot of makeup. He wears like colorful clothes. Yeah, it's like we make judgment based on like just general points of view that we don't really know that person. That's a stereotype. Great. Can any of you guess what OOC means?
OOC? Not sure. I don't know.
Can you guess? Can anybody guess what OOC means? Okay, it is something that we're talking about. It means out of. And my keyboard is being stupid. It's out of character. It's the first word, is out of character. So when we see a character like we know from a book who's doing something different in a movie, he's not supposed to do that. That's not his personality. He wouldn't do this thing. We wouldn't say that. We say he's doing it out of character. His action is out of character. He is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. So we use an abbreviation, like we make the word smaller, to OOC. That's an OOC. Do you understand it?
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
I was thinking about the Joker. Did the Joker have a story? Just like a written story?
A real story?
Yeah, just like that man is a mad guy. Just like he tried to, he has a story from a film that released recently.
Yeah.
So just like he has a story, he has a background. Just like he's just mad. He have a mental breakdowns and struggles in his life. But just like they just made the story based on he's a mad, he's taking mad actions, he's a smart. But what about the others? Just like they just take the point of he is mad, not that background of the character. This is the point.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
I haven't watched that movie, and like honestly, I didn't watch it. And a lot of people said it was a good movie, but I didn't watch the last.
I don't know the last one. I don't.
No,
I'm talking about the incredible film of the Joker with the Batman.
yeah,
that
with Heath
one.
Ledger.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that movie. That's the only Batman movie I saw, and I liked it.
Yeah.
Because in the comics, the Joker is like that. Do you know comics?
I know.
Do
Yeah,
people know?
reason.
Did you guys know what comics means? Mira, Radwa.
Like painting, like anime, something like that.
A little bit. Amira, do you know what it is?
Like comedy one.
Yeah, the word comic by itself would mean someone who's a comedian. The word comic can be used for someone who like does stand-up comedy. Can be called a comic too. But comics or comic books are like Mickey. Do you remember Mickey when you have like there's stories with pictures? Mickey,
Yes, yes.
Magid. These are called comics.
Yes.
So in the original comics of Batman, the Joker
Right.
is crazy.
There is a
Yeah, I thought at first it was about superheroes and villains, but just that's pretty.
Yeah,
it's pretty
the Joker is insane, and this movie is actually the closest Joker to the stories.
Or no, yeah, right.
What?
The others are not. No, there is. You didn't watch them. Did you watch the rest of them?
I did not watch the last one. I did not watch the old one. There was an old movie with the Joker.
Yeah, I
Did not watch that one. I don't know.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I watched the only one with the only one I watched was with Heath Ledger. But there was a one before that too. It was a really
Yes.
Yeah, the old one.
Let me check it.
I-
You mean with the George Clooney or the one before The Dark Knight, which is Batman Begins?
Man. The old one with a different one. Not his. No.
I'm looking into it.
Okay, basically the one with Heath Ledger is the second in a trilogy. Okay, and there's one before it, which is Batman Begins, with the same character of Batman, who is what's his name? Bale.
Christian Bale?
No.
Jack
Yes.
Nicholson.
But there is a very old a bunch of movies about Batman that are acted by George Clooney, which are like very old and very different from the Batman movies we know today.
Yeah, I found it. Yeah, that actor was called Jack Nicholson.
Yes. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson played the Joker in the old movies, and there was an even older Joker played by an actor called Cesar Romero.
I don't know.
And there was a newer
Jack
Joker.
Nicholson and Heath Ledger.
Yeah, recently
think
we
it-
had like 3 movies with the Joker. The one with Heath Ledger, and
Yes.
there was the Joker in the Suicide Squad movie, played by Jared Leto. And then was the Joaquin Phoenix, the last one. The movie was just called The Joker. There's a lot of Joker.
Last one.
Yeah, just like Suicide Squad was just a Joker, a meta Joker, not anything else. He's not, just like it doesn't feel me that the real Joker.
I haven't seen this one too. I really do not like DC movie.
Anyway,
Let's not get into that. That's a whole other thing. Okay, yeah. So we are coming to the end of our podcast. I would like to thank all of you. This was actually amazing. Like I really liked this podcast. We talked about movies. We talked about a lot of words. I hope you can use the words we learned today. We release this podcast on YouTube and on Facebook. And on YouTube, we have all the words and all the links and all like the movie suggestions we had or the music suggestions we had. We put them in the description. So you can always check them back if you want to like remember the words. We like rewind and go through the discussion again. If you want to remember anything we said, it's always available for you to go back to. We have our sessions on Friday and Saturday. So we tend to release those like Saturday evening or Sunday morning. Okay, you'll find the links on the Facebook page. They will just link you to the YouTube, and you can watch it or find the words again. So they are never lost. Okay.
Muchas gracias.
You're welcome. So you can also like go back through the older videos and go through them if you want to practice English again. And Ahmed, they told me you didn't know that we have a podcast every week.
Yeah, he didn't send me the link, So
Yeah, okay. We just want to. We only send links to the people who said that they're going to attend. So we don't like keep sending you messages out of nowhere.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, so everybody here, just remember we have our podcast every week on Friday. We have 2 sessions on Friday at 7 and 8:30, and on Saturday we have it at 4. So everybody could attend. There's no problem. I'm trying to make it like available to everybody. And every session we want to have your feedback. So there are 2 ways to take your feedback on the session. Either by form, like you can send you a form for you to fill, or we can call you on Zoom. You have a one-on-one call. So I'll just do what do you think? Ahmed, do you want to fill a form or have a call?
Actually, I didn't do that in the last time, so that would be better if you call me.
Okay, we'll have a call. Okay, thank you. Amira?
4.
Adwa?
Form.
Form. Okay. I think I have your phone number. I'll send you that form. Okay. When you finish filling the form or after the call, just send the person who is in charge of texting you on WhatsApp. Tell them that you're done with your feedback, so they give you our feedback on what you did, like your performance in the session.
Okay.
What do you think about your grammar, your vocabulary, your pronunciation? What do you think? Like any tips we have for you? We'd like to send you these so we can work together. We can practice together. Okay.
Okay.
So just make sure to inform the person who texts you on WhatsApp that you finished with your feedback, so they can send you your feedback, our feedback. Okay.
Thank you.
Remember that, because sometimes we do not send people the feedback because we don't know if they because we send the feedback link or the form, and we let you finish it. And if you don't get back to us, we don't like to keep bombarding you with messages. That's something we really hate, that we keep sending you text all the time. So just tell us that you are done and ready for your feedback, and we'll send it automatically. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time. I had a lot of fun today, and we hope to see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye.